Today is Friday, April 12th, 2019.
And INFocus starts right now. Pali filmmakers bring home a national award from the STN convention in Seattle.
A presidential candidate proposes using holograms for campaigning.
And will the sunny weather last into the weekend? Ingrid will give us an update on the weather.
All that and more is coming up on today's show.
Welcome to INFocus. I'm Maddie Drucker.
And I'm Anushka Sharma.
There's a lot going on around campus.
Here's some important announcements from today's campus bulletin.
Cal Day at UC Berkeley includes tours, events, and info sessions for incoming students, prospective students, and alumni, and the general public. The event will take place on the UC Berkeley campus this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Service Day is Monday, April 22nd. Some students will be excused from class to go out and volunteer at sites, and Key Club will host an on-campus activity during lunch on the quad. The 7th annual Youth Speaks Out exhibition is showing at the Palo Alto Arts Center. The Arts Center is located at 1313 Newell Road and the event runs through April 19th. Check out the photography display and the BSU and Latinos Unidos Club murals. Photography students can earn 60 points extra credit. Check Schoology for more details.
The annual Stanford Pre-Medical Conference gives students an opportunity to interact with physicians. This year's theme is Medicine in the World. The event is tomorrow, Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Palo Alto Teen Advisory Board, Palo Alto Youth Council, and Teen Arts Council are hosting Palopalooza on Friday, April 26th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Mitchell Park Community Center. Ayelet Bakery in Town & Country, the new babka place, will be selling a savory cheese babka and mini Nutella babka for $5 starting Monday.
Moving on now from what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world and locally today.
Let's take a look at what's topping today's headlines in today's News Minute.
Firstly, a plan discussed in the White House has been discovered. President Trump wanted to release undocumented immigrants detained at the southern border into so-called sanctuary cities. The goal was to retaliate against Democrats who oppose the border wall. The president reportedly pushed Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen to go through with the plan. In response, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called the reported scheme despicable and in some cases criminal.
WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange was charged yesterday with conspiracy to commit computer intrusion for aiding Chelsea Manning in the cracking of a password to a classified U.S. government computer in 2010. The U.S. Justice Department announced hours after Assange's arrest in London. Assange is accused of engaging in a conspiracy with Manning, the former U.S. Army analyst, in breaking a password stored on a U.S. Defense Department computer, connected to a U.S. government computer network for classified documents and communications.
Vice President Mike Pence met with Border Patrol officers in Nogales Thursday, calling on Congress to, quote, do your job. Accompanying him was Arizona Governor Doug Ducey Tucson, and Nogales used to be the epicenter for illegal immigration a decade ago, but says border security upgrades, including barriers, helped those numbers drop. Pence also says that the Trump administration is calling on Congress to come together to close loopholes in asylum laws, including the catch and release system.
Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang has unveiled a 3D hologram that he intends to use to remotely campaign in key battleground states, according to The Hill. Yang revealed the hologram during a segment on TMZ Live on Wednesday. He said that it would allow him to be in 2 or even 3 places at a time. Yang also hopes to use the technology to drive home his message about the power and distributive technologies and the need to change with them.
When INFocus returns, we will check in on Pali Sports, and Ingrid will have your weekend forecast.
INFocus will be right back.
Hey Al, I have been thinking, I'm sorry. I didn't want things to turn out the way they did. You know, I can't imagine, without you.
Huh? Gotcha. Leave a message.
Welcome back. While there is certainly While there certainly has been a lot of discussion on the topic of immigration and the changes that will come, there were several instances of our country's history that prompted change.
The Civil War was one of them, and Noor Navaid, our very own resident historian, has more on that.
What do you have for us today, Noor?
Well, Maddie and Anushka, on this day in 1861, the Civil War began as Confederate forces fired at Fort Sumter. The bloodiest 4 years in American history began when Confederate shore batteries under General P.G.T. Beauregard opened fire on Union-held Fort Sumter in South Carolina's Charleston Bay. During the next 34 hours, 50 Confederate guns and mortars launched more than 4,000 rounds at the poorly supplied fort. On April 13th, U.S. Major Robert Anderson surrendered the fort. 2 days later, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln issued a proclamation calling for 75,000 volunteer soldiers to quell the Southern insurrection. 4 years after the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter, the Confederacy was defeated at the total cost of 620,000 Union and Confederate soldiers dead. That's all from me. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Noor. All week, we have been featuring some of the videos we created at the Student Television Network Convention in Seattle.
Filmmakers Max Rosenblum and Sam Miller brought home the first place title in the film trailer contest.
The filmmakers were given the task of creating a film with the prompt of a trailer for a film entitled In Plain Sight. Here's what they created.
This hotel is huge. We should play hide and seek.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready or not, here I come. Where do you think he went?
Sam! Help! Sam, the game is over. You can come out now.
What did you do with him?
Sam! Sam, you can come out now.
Ready or not, here I come.
We have to find him.
Welcome back. The INFocus crew is pretty successful at STN, especially with that movie trailer.
That's true, Maddie, and Pally sports teams are usually pretty successful as well. So let's check in with Max Monstetter, who's in the studio now with the latest in Pally sports news. Max, do we have any games today?
Yes, we have several Pally teams in action today. Boys baseball takes on Wilcox. JV is at home at 4 p.m. and the varsity squad will be away at Wilcox at 4 p.m. Girls softball plays rival Gunn. The JV teams at home at 4 p.m. while the varsity plays at Gunn, also at 4. Girls lacrosse will also face crosstown rival Gunn. Both teams play at home with JV hitting the field at 5:15, followed by varsity at 7. Boys JV volleyball is away at Santa Clara at 5:15. Finally, varsity track will compete in the CCS Top 8 Classic this Saturday. That's all from me. Back over to you.
Thanks, Max. Whoa, there sure are a ton of games today.
I know, right, Maddie? Don't forget about other school-sponsored activities like prom, which is tomorrow.
I'm so excited, Anushka. We should definitely get some pictures together.
I agree. But I wonder if we'll have to carry a jacket all night, because that won't be very fun.
No, it won't. I bet Ingrid could tell us more about that. Ingrid, do we need to wear jackets tomorrow?
Well, guys, so far in Palo Alto at least, it's 70 degrees outside right now. The high today is going to be 70 and the low is going to be 50. But tomorrow, which is prom, we're looking at a high of 73, so it's going to be a little warmer. However, it's going to be a little cloudier. But we're not looking at anything, any cold or anything, so you don't need to bring any jackets. Now looking at Sunday, you can see that it's high of 66 and low of 49. That's all from me. Back to you in the studio.
Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check out old episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email.
Until next time, have a great day, Pally.